Welcome to Storytime Dance. Today, you learned about feelings. There are lots of different feelings out there. You could feel angry, sad, happy, silly, tired, worried, surprised, scared, cranky. There are lots of different ways to feel. Can you think of any? Today, we're going to talk about feeling scared. It's okay to be scared sometimes. There are lots of things we can do to feel safe and happy. One of my favorite things to do when I feel scared is to dance it out. Let's try it. It's story time! There once was a town where the thing everyone feared the most was getting lost at night in the Cave of Fear. No one had ever returned from there, and whenever anyone got lost and ended up there, the last that was heard was a great cry of terror, followed by a few enormous cries. The townsfolk lived in terror that one day the monster would leave the cave. So they regularly left gifts and food at the mouth of the cave, and these always soon disappeared. One day, a young woman came to town, and when she heard about the people's fear of the cave, she thought that it was unfair. She believed that the townspeople should be able to go inside the cave if they wanted to. So, she decided to enter the cave and confront the monster. The young woman asked the townsfolk for help, but everyone was so afraid that not a single person approached the mouth of the cave with her. She went inside, finding her way with a torch, and calling out to the monster, wanting to talk with it and discuss the situation. At first, the monster had a good long laugh, and the young woman followed the sound of the monster's voice. But then, the monster went quiet, and the young woman had to carry on, not knowing which direction to go. Finally, she arrived at a huge cavern. At the bottom of the cavern, she thought she could make out the figure of a monster, and as she approached it, she felt something hit her in the back. Whatever it was, it pushed her forward toward a hole in the rock. She couldn't stop the falling, and she fell into the hole. Believing that she was about to die, she let out one last cry. Then, she heard more great cries. "Darn it! I think the monster has swallowed me," she said. However, as she fell, she heard music and voices. They got clearer, and when she made a soft landing at the bottom, she heard a group of people shout, "Surprise!" She could hardly believe it. She found herself in the middle of a big party. The partygoers were all those people who had never returned to the town. They explained to her that this place had been the idea of an old mayor of the town. That mayor had tried to accomplish great things, but was always held back by the fears of the people around him. The mayor made up the story of the monster and hosted the party at the bottom of the cave. He did it so that brave women and men could be celebrated. He wanted his people to know how important it was to him to be brave when things got scary. The young woman stayed at the party, enjoying the company of everyone who had dared to enter the cave. She was happy. The end. Let's dance out parts of the story. Find an area where you can move. Leap away from the monster. Run away from the monster. Chasse away from the monster. What does scared look like on your body? Every body is going to look different. When you're scared, do you tremble and shake? Do you want to hide away? Now it's your turn. What does scared look like on your body? What does scared look like on different body parts? Your head, your shoulder, your other shoulder, both shoulders, in your chest, and how about in your hips? It's your turn. Your head, your shoulder, your other shoulder, both shoulders, in your chest, your hips. Thanks for dancing with me. Dancing makes me feel happy and safe. Your favorite grown-ups can tell you more about what makes you feel happy and safe. It is important to listen to them, as listening is important to growing. Let's do one more dance before we go. Our happy goodbye dance. Follow along. Thanks. See you next week.